I borrowed your house, and it ended up catching fire. What? My house? What are you talking about? I was relocated overseas, and I already sold that house. What?
Trouble Busters!
Here, honey, I have a baked potato for you.
Whoa, looks nice and hot and delicious. So good.
It's so good.
As expected from a huge fire.
We could bake the potatoes so quickly.
My name is Tom. I'm a 35-year-old whose brother and his wife are telling me something that makes me want to doubt my own ears. What? You put the house on fire? Yeah, I borrowed your house, and it ended up catching fire. Huh? What do you mean by that? But since it's something family did, just forgive us, okay? What? Huh? He burned down my house? Why is he laughing so hard after burning someone else's house? Anyway, fire's pretty amazing, but thank goodness you have fire insurance. You better be kidding. A house has a lot of memories of that person's life. That's too bad, but what's burnt to ashes won't ever come back.
You can make memories again.
That's right. Great point. Just so I can get rid of all the memories of me burning the house, I decided to bake some potatoes.
That's right. Tom, you should just be happy that the house is burnt down because you'll get to rebuild a house using your fire insurance, and you won't even have to clean up.
Yikes. These guys aren't human at this point. This is terrible. They're not feeling guilty at all. If they don't know what it's like to have a sense of guilt, I'll teach them. I'll engrave it into their brains so they won't ever forget. I'm not letting them get away with this. Trouble Busters! I'm sorry to say this when you're having fun, but that's not my house. No way, you don't have to say that. Seriously, I was relocated overseas for work, so I already sold that house. Huh? Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Are you telling me that this house isn't yours? That's right. No way. I was chill because I burnt down the house when it was yours. You shouldn't be chilling even if it were my house. A friendly fire's okay, right? That's not what a friendly fire is. Anyway, I have nothing to do with this, so I'm hanging up now. What? Wait, don't hang up! You'll have to talk to the current owner of the house. I have nothing to do with it. But I thought you still lived in this house! Even then, it's breaking and entering. It's not something you'd be forgiven for.
Tom, you should feel a little responsible too.
Huh? Responsible? Why?
If only you had told us that you sold this house, we wouldn't have entered it without your permission.
You have absolutely no common sense. Besides, I'm not obligated to report to you every time I sell my house or get relocated overseas.
Even then, you're a family.
I don't, okay? Oh no, Tom's completely neglecting us!
What are we going to do, honey?
I don't know. I'm sure the guy who lives in this house has fire insurance, and this house will grow back. I mean, what else can he do? This isn't just a small fire. The entire house is burning down. Oh my goodness, what a fire! All right, everyone, step back. It's dangerous. What? So even if they're not enrolled in fire insurance, the Fire Negligence Act will apply? And we don't have to pay a single penny? I guess. In this country, the law will state so. Hooray! I win this game!
I'm so glad we were born in this country.
Alan, thank you so much! Well, I didn't really do anything for you. The law just exists. I shouldn't have been so scared.
Even if the guy who lives here doesn't have fire insurance, we have the Fire Negligence Act. That will back us up.
But if he has common sense, I'm sure he has fire insurance.
What if he doesn't? Well, it's not our problem. It's his fault for not having it.
Don't you think it's ridiculous to be acting like that after burning someone else's house down? Huh?
Are you saying that if we get all depressed, the house will regenerate itself? That's not the point.
Sorry to say this when you're getting carried away after a kind firefighter says nice things, but it doesn't mean that you won't have to be liable for the damages just yet. What?
Also, you're guilty for this for sure, so you're not getting away unharmed. We can't stay unharmed?
No way. What's going on, Alan? I don't know what to say to you. What? I thought you entered your friend's house. It turned out so. What the heck? You guys did it on purpose then. I'm not letting them get away with this. Trouble Busters! I said that only because you acted as if you knew the people who lived here. But it turned out that you burnt down a stranger's house.
I mean...
That's your fault for not asking. How's it my fault? It's your fault.
This is worse than I imagined.
Are you the owner of this house?
Are you two the ones who burned down my house?
Hey, we asked a question.
Yes, I am. I am the owner of this house. My name is Catgrass. Besides, I don't suppose your question was necessary if you have decent observational skills.
What the heck? You are so cocky.
It's okay. This is just part of our job.
In cases of trespassing, a first offense is not often prosecuted, and even if it is, it's frequently handled through summary proceedings with a fine.
Alan, what's summary proceedings? Why are you asking me? The police are here, and if anything, it seems like Mr. Catgrass knows more than I do.
A summary indictment is a simple form of prosecution that resolves a case without requesting a formal trial using streamlined procedures. Instead of a full criminal trial, the judgment is issued in writing. Whereas a standard prosecution involves the prosecutor asking the court to render a verdict through trial, a summary indictment does not involve a public hearing, and the court determines the amount of the fine or minor penalty within the statutory range based on the investigation results. The defendant is then instructed when and where to pay the specified amount. And once the fine or penalty is paid, the sentence is considered fully executed. This is what is known as a summary order.
What about records? I won't have a criminal record, would I?
Huh? Yes, you will.
What?
Of course. You entered someone else's house without permission.
But a summary?
How much will it be summarized? Isn't there a crime that'll be summarized to the point it disappears?
That's a question that makes me question your intelligence. Well, you're the type of people who would sneak into another person's house while the owner's gone. I guess it's who you are.
I couldn't help it. This was my brother's house until you started living here.
That's not my problem. What is omitted in a summary indictment is only the trial itself. You still receive a guilty verdict, so it does not change the fact that you will have a criminal record.
So we'll have it anyway.
Officer, needless to say, this case will end up with a summary proceedings, won't it? I needed to proceed that way. These people need to pay for burning my house in the outside world.
There it is.
We're not gonna let that happen.
Alan, tell him that thing. Huh? Why me? No way.
What thing?
I'm talking about the Fire Negligence Act. The fire wasn't intentional. Since it wasn't intentional, the Fire Negligence Act will apply, and I won't have to pay a single penny to be liable for the damage.
Firefighter?
My name is Alan.
What was the cause of the fire?
We'll have to look into it further, but this was likely an accident instead of intentional.
I see. I guess we'll talk about all the details after all the paperwork is done.
You're suddenly being so obedient.
Let me make it clear that I will surely make you responsible for burning down my house in some way.
You say in some way, but since it was an accident, the Fire Negligence Act is protecting us anyway.
I'm sorry, but we're protected by the law.
Isn't it too soon for you to know for sure that the Fire Negligence Act would apply? The trial hasn't started yet.
Huh? A trial?
But this will be an easy fix if you get paid through your fire insurance.
I'm not talking about money. I would like to fix the house by claiming damages from you instead of using my insurance money. That's my will.
Yeah, but there's a law called the Fire Negligence Act in this country.
If there's gross negligence, you must bear responsibility. Therefore, until that possibility is entirely ceased, I won't be using my fire insurance.
The cause of the fire was my son. Are you sure that's okay with you?
You don't deserve to say that when you're being shameless after burning down someone else's house. Jeez, you just irritate me so much. There will be no settlement. I'll first handle the trespassing issue, then I'll start counting all your other sins. If it turns out that there was gross negligence, you'll end up with a debt that's worth a typical office worker's lifetime salary. You should know that you'll never enjoy anything for the rest of your life.
You're making that scary face, but that won't do it.
That's right. All we'll be burdened with will be a criminal record. We're not going to end up being burdened with a debt worth a lifetime salary of an office worker.
Alan, the Fire Negligence Act is invincible, right?
Alan, we never trespassed on purpose. Can we do something about it?
I don't know. I mean, I'd personally rather take Mr. Catgrass's side because his house was burnt down when nothing was his fault. Oh, don't say that. He's such a shallow man.
That's right. You don't have to take that cold guy's side.
Well, I'd rather not take your side. Alan, please come up with a way so we won't end up with a criminal record.
Oh, please, Alan.
Stop this! Stop relying on me! Yikes! This is annoying. What do you want? Let me tell you that I'm overseas, and I don't like you guys, so I'm not going to bail you out. We won, Tom! What? Why would you be able to win when you have such a bad status as a criminal record? Even then, we still won, so I really appreciate the law. Huh? Wait, what? Are you saying that you're completely innocent? That's right. Cody wins big time. This peace sign also means it's the second time. Oh, this guy's so annoying. According to Cody, in terms of criminal law, he had no intentions of committing a crime, so he won't be prosecuted as long as nothing was on purpose. Even if he was at fault for negligence, there was a special law that would protect him from being prosecuted in a situation like this. A total game changer. We don't have to be scared of anything. This is so frustrating. Nothing's more displeasing than a happy villain. I'm rooting for you, house owner.
Honey, as we thought, that cold-blooded man sent us a contents of certification.
Our victory won't change. He just doesn't get it, does he? That's fine. We'll take the challenge. We'll totally defeat him through the trial and prove that we're innocent civilians. The fire was caused by my son's carelessness, and I swear to God that there was absolutely no intent or malice on my part. Please think carefully about this. I genuinely believe that the house belonged to my younger brother. Where in the world could a brother deliberately set fire to his beloved younger brother's home? I deeply regret and sincerely apologize for the great trouble caused to the plaintiff, Mr. Catgrass, due to my lack of supervision and this misunderstanding. I beg for your forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
Does the defending attorney have anything to add?
Not specifically. As you can see, Mr. Cody's feeling extremely sorry regarding this fire, and he wishes to settle this matter with the plaintiff as soon as possible.
Well, you can't undo what's already done. Having said that, what does the plaintiff have to say about this? I speak on behalf of the plaintiff. The plaintiff has stated that settlement is out of the question. Nothing but a full and thorough fight will be considered.
Even if he says that, Mr. Cobweb, you would know whether his wishes would come true or not, right?
It's my job to make my client's wishes come true.
I can tell how passionate you are with your work, but it won't change the fact that this case was an accidental fire. Even if you look at the past cases, the Fire Negligence Act will apply and the defendant will not be liable for the damages. It's clear.
That's only if the Fire Negligence Act applies, right?
And it will. Don't tell me you're trying to say that this case was due to gross negligence.
No, I don't think that will work. The cause of the fire was clearly Mr. Cody's son, Kenneth, who had turned on the gas valve, which caused the fireplace in the house to turn on, correct?
That's right. I never thought Kenneth would do that. We were lucky enough that we all stayed safe because we were outside the house. It was such a miracle that our lives were saved. This is completely a coincidence, right, Your Honor?
That's true, but it's a little strange that you were all outside when the fireplace was still on. But because there are past cases where things were worse than this case, and the Fire Negligence Act still applied, this case won't be deemed gross negligence.
Yeah! That's right, it's impossible. And in this case, we should stop this trial at this point. It's wiser for you to go for a settlement instead. Why are we trying to bring this to a settlement negotiation? In this country's law, I'm not supposed to be at fault, am I? Why do I have to pay any money to that annoying guy with glasses? I don't want to pay him anything.
It sounds like you're misunderstanding something.
Huh?
And you don't know what it is. I don't intend to question the defendant for gross negligence.
What? You're not questioning him for gross negligence? Then what is it? What exactly are you questioning him about?
I'm not questioning anything. From the very beginning, I have had no intention of disputing whether the fire he caused was mere negligence or gross negligence. It is obvious that it falls squarely under ordinary negligence. Therefore, I focused not on the conditions that caused the fire, but on the manner in which the house actually burned.
But we already know that it was negligence.
Negligence with fire is the cause, but what I am addressing is the contributing factor. The fire investigation report states that the blaze occurred due to an explosion when the stove was ignited without noticing a gas leak, which then allowed the fire to spread and completely destroy the house.
So what? A fire's a fire, right, sir? Huh? Wait, why are you making that face? What is it? Did you mess up with something?
Ah, I see. That's right. Since secondary fires caused by an explosion or blast are not considered accidental fires, liability for damage arises if they cause harm to others.
Huh? What?
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Silence!
Why? Why not?
The fire was not caused by the flames spreading, but by a gas explosion, which qualifies as fire under negligence, meaning it falls outside the scope of the Fire Negligence Act. In other words, the gas explosion has blown away the legal shield you were relying on. Since the Fire Negligence Act does not apply, this case gives rise to liability for damages under Article 709 of the Civil Code. Anyone who infringes on the rights of others through intent or negligence is obligated to compensate for the damages that result from such actions. Correct? Exactly.
Woohoo! Time to party!
Silence!
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just really upset with my family member who was getting all carried away without being sorry for anything after burning someone's house down. I'm sorry about that.
That's fine. That was a good way to verbalize how I currently feel.
Huh? What does that mean?
To put it simply, you caused trouble to a third person because of your own fault, right? You did, didn't you? Then you'll have to be responsible for that.
Is that true? I'm sorry.
Of course, you'd have to take social and ethical responsibility. The law also states that the defendant is responsible for this matter. So this means that the house that Mr. Catgrass purchased, which was worth $2.2 million, will be the amount of debt you'll be burdened with.
Time to party!
Oh no!
I'm the one who's supposed to say the verdict, so don't proceed without me, okay?
What? Don't tell me! The judge's verdict will be the tailwind!
Unfortunately, it'll be a headwind for you. Mr. Cobweb just said what I was about to say.
Oh no!
See, that's the only verdict possible.
No! It wasn't supposed to go this way! No, no, no! I don't like this outcome! What do I do? Mr. Cobweb is completely right, and there's nothing I can do for you. The best you could do is to sincerely apologize to the plaintiff and settle this matter. What exactly am I supposed to do then? Bow and beg Mr. Catgrass to cover the loss for his house using the fire insurance. No, wait! I can't apologize at this point! But if you don't do that, you'll end up being liable for a $2 million debt.
Now, before I tell the verdict,
Your Honor, please wait!
what am I waiting for?
I don't intend to settle this matter at all. I strongly desire the verdict and closure.
Oh, please! You're not even giving me a chance!
And you were the ones who caused it. The moment we saw each other at the scene, I wouldn't have turned this into such a huge deal if only you were willing to apologize at all.
That was because of Alan!
And seeing how you're still trying to place the blame on someone else, it really makes me not want to settle this at all.
I'm so sorry, it's not like that. I wanted to apologize, but Erica,
Huh? Me?
she didn't seem like she'd let me apologize.
What do you mean by that? I'm divorcing you at this point. That way you'll be the only one in debt.
I'm not going to agree to that divorce. I'm dragging you into this no matter what.
Judge, he's a bad guy. Please do something about him legally. You can't let him walk freely.
Well, if you'd like to file a separate lawsuit about that, go ahead and do so.
No way. Didn't you hear him? He's trying to make his guilt as light as possible, so he's giving up his spouse when he's supposed to protect me.
Do your couples quarrel later. It's displeasing.
Huh?
It's time for the verdict, Your Honor.
Mr. Catgrass! In the end, Cody was left with a debt of $2.2 million as sought by Mr. Catgrass, and the court was adjourned. Had he shown any willingness to admit fault from the start, he wouldn't have ended up burdened with such a massive debt. It's clear that when a person can't say, "I'm sorry," things can spiral out of control. And for Cody and his wife, an even greater tragedy was yet to come. I can't even imagine what it's gonna be like having a $2 million debt.
We'll be spending the rest of our lives repaying. We can't go on vacation trips, nor even eat at a restaurant. We'll have to keep cutting down our expenses.
Oh no!
Oh, jeez.
Seeing how you guys are now, I'm sure they took a bunch of money from you guys.
What the heck do you guys want?
I'm sorry to say this when you're all sad, but we discovered through our investigation that you broke Mr. Catgrass's window to sneak into his house, so you're coming with us.
What? Why? I thought it all burnt down so there wouldn't be any evidence!
Don't underestimate the police's investigation skills.
You broke into the house by breaking the window, so you can't tell us that it wasn't intentional. It's considered trespassing.
Give us your arms. No!
I don't want to.
Peek. Peek.
Breaking
Peek. Peek.
and entering.
3 years of imprisonment or a fine of $1,000. Pete, 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 Pete,
Okay.
Pete, 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 Pete.
All right.
Stop dancing! Stop singing! Stop this! Let's go on a drive to the station. No, I don't want to go on a drive!
I don't want to go to the police station.
Just give up already. No!
The sky is burning.
Why?
Why couldn't we?
Just say sorry after burning down someone else's house.
That's because you guys were delinquents. Since there was an additional sin discovered, the two of them were ending their lives with a criminal record in addition to the $2.2 million debt. But I don't feel sorry for them at all. They did this to themselves. As for me, I somehow became friends with Mr. Catgrass after what happened, and whenever we see each other overseas, we go out drinking together. It's not okay to enter someone else's house without permission, even if it's your family's house. I hope they learned their lessons that they should never do that. Trouble Busters!